Okay, let's also turn our attention towards local time, because local date and corresponding we also have something called as local time and local date and time. So let's cover up these three classes first, and then we'll come to temporal adjuster. So like local date, we also have a class called as local time. So let's go to local time. So again, when I'm talking about time, today's lecture was supposed to start at 6 p.m. Now that was good enough, 6 p.m. Okay, yeah, 6 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. That was good enough. I really do not want to say Indian Standard Time and other things, especially when I'm conducting a session only over here. Okay, so I say I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Do you say I wake up at 6 o'clock as per Indian Standard Time? We don't do that. So we just want the time component. We do not want to tell about the daylight time saving. We do not want to tell about other aspects, the time zone, other things. Not every time. If I was going to schedule a meeting, I am definitely interested in the zone aspect of it. So I'll be talking about, if I have to schedule a meeting, then I'll definitely say we are going to meet, and especially when we have people which are spread across different countries, then I'll definitely have to tell we're going to meet at 6 p.m. as per Indian Standard Time, and then accordingly they can compute what's the time in their country and so on. That time I'll not be using this local time. Local time is only about the time. Okay, I have dinner at 9 p.m. I'm going to say I'm going to have dinner at 9 p.m. as per Indian Standard Time. No, that's unnecessary kind of information that we're passing. So let's go ahead with this local time. So I say local time dot now, and that gives you what's the time now. So let's debug this particular code. So we got that time. It is 6 hours, 49 minutes, 45 seconds, and that's nanosecond as well. Milliseconds, it will give you the kind of precision. So it has given us a lot of precise time. System clock is what it actually checks. System clock. So it has given us detailed time. Okay, local java.time.local time. Now, I want to construct, keep in mind, for all these classes that we have, like in the first example, we constructed a date by using method called as off plus by using parse. Now, just three methods you will find: off, parse, with all these classes, and they will have same kind of impact. They will have same kind of impact. So let's also construct a time using the time part. So I have only supplied hours and minutes. Okay, 17 hours, 24 hours clock, 17 and 18. So I'm supplying 24 hours class. 17 means 5 o'clock. 5:18 is what I'm trying to say. So let's run this particular code and see. So it says 17 hours, 18 minutes. Okay, I can represent the style I want to later. I'll show you how to format it. But the time object has got created. So that's a time object that has got created. That's a time object that has got created. It has hour, that is 17, minutes, that is 18, and time and nanoseconds is 00, and so on. Object has been created. So we saw two different ways to construct an object. The first way to construct object was calling method now. Second method was with your own date, own time. Last time here in date also we had method called as now, that local date dot now, that constructed date object as per the current system, and then we also had a method called as off, wherein we supplied the component, and then it gave constructed local date object. Likewise here also, if you say now, it will check your system time, it will give you the time, or you specify a time object of the time you would like to have. Or you can also call parse, say continuity hai design approach mein. So this design has also improved, and the other calendar, they were very complex for anybody to use. So local time dot parse, and I'm given 10 hours, 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay, 10 hours, 15 minutes, 30 seconds, and then I print that time. So let's see, 10 hours, 15 minutes, 30 seconds. That time object has now been printed. I would like to have the hour component of it. So get hour. I would like to have the minute component of 15. I would like to have the second component of it, 30. I could have also got the nanosecond component part of it. Plus, I'm saying local time.parse. I say 9 hours, 30 minutes. So I'm going to get, this is my office start time. And my office gets over at 18. That means 9:30 in the morning we start, and 6 o'clock in the evening we stop. So I want to know, we can also find the how many hours I'm working. That also can be done. That I'll show you with another set of classes, duration and period. Look at the name of the class. That itself is so very easy to understand. Period, duration, kind of thing. And that's the kind of classes that have now been introduced in Java, SE8. So I'm saying this is local date.parse. That's the starting time. So office start time and office end time. And like what we did with date, same thing I'm doing with time as well. I'm saying office time, office end time dot is before start time. Is end time before start time? No way. So here it says value as false. But okay. So I'm saying is office start time before end time? And that's true. So it says value as true. It is given value true. Now I say office end time is after office start time. Yeah, that's true. It's after office start time. So we could always check the times and so on. Plus we also have the min, max, noon time, midday time, and so on. So max time क्या रहेगा? Max time will be 24 hours clock है. So max time, if I print max time 24 hours clock से हिसाब से देखो 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, and these many nanoseconds. So quite precise, quite precise. And what's the time at noon? So let's see what's the time at noon. It's 12 o'clock at noon. What's the minimum time? What's the minimum time? So let's look at the minimum time that is there. So if you look at the minimum time, what happened? Here you go. Okay, continue. Here we talk about minimum time. So we are now looking at minimum time, and I print the minimum time 000. That's where the clock starts. What's the time at midnight? It's the same thing. Midnight, the 24 hours clock starts. So midnight and minimum time will actually be the same. So I can find what's the noon time, what's the max time, midnight, minimum time, midnight time, and everything. A lot of times when you're displaying date, are we really interested in nanoseconds? No. At times we are not even interested in seconds. Are you going to tell somebody, let's meet for a movie at 9 a.m., 5 minutes and 5 seconds? No. So in that case, I would like to truncate that till some portion. Now, if you look at this particular time, we have hour, minute, seconds, and nanoseconds. So I would like to truncate it only till seconds. That's good. So I can say T2. T2 was our some time that we had with object that we had created. That was 10 hours, 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay, and it also had this nanosecond component inside it. Nanosecond luckily was 0. Okay, so let's take a date time in which now let's take, because it will have that nanosecond component as well. So that will give you a better understanding, because this was a time. Now we had that object called as now. So let me take that object now, because that has nanosecond component part also inside it. So that will make sense for us. So instead of this, I say now. And if you look at this now, that has nanosecond component inside it. Can you see that? It says 18 hours, 49 minutes, 45 seconds, and these many nanoseconds. Array, for some reason, I'm not interested in the nanosecond part. I'm only interested in the till the second part. That means while I'm traversing this, while I'm wanted to access this particular date, I'm not interested in the entire date. I'm really interested only in the date. Okay, when I'm talking about this date, let's debug this code once again from this line onwards. It was truncated to this interesting aspect is what we'll look at. So I say debug project, and we'll truncate it to that particular time. Here I say now dot truncated to, I say chrono units. Again, keep in that chrono unit, standard set of date period units. So whatever periods we talk about. So I say seconds tak hi truncate karo. So do not give me that the last part of it, and it would actually make sense if I print the now first. So I first say print now, just for you to understand what's the time now. I say plus now. Okay, so look at this. When I'm going to print this, you will have that unnecessary information regarding the millisecond part also that is printed. And for some reason, I'm not interested in that millisecond part. Look at that. When we printed this, we got hour, minute, second, as well as millisecond. And for some reason, I wanted to truncate this date only till the second part. Only till the second part. I was not interested in this millisecond part. So I say now dot truncated to chrono unit dot second. So truncate this date only till seconds. Okay, seconds, and only till seconds. The millisecond part has been removed. For some reason, I only wanted hours. I was not interested in the second, milliseconds, and everything. So I say now dot truncate to chrono unit dot hours. You could have done it till minutes as well. Your choice. Look at that. It just says 18 hours. So the minutes, seconds, nanoseconds, everything has been taken care of. So we have seen two classes, local date and local time. And keep in mind, today's session is going to be lengthy. These are the number of classes that we have to look at. And I've tried to cover all of them, but this is not all. There are many more classes which are there over here, but I just handpicked some classes and some very nice example that will help you understand the significance of this. Let's go to the third one, that's local date and time. After that, we'll discuss about the temporal, and then we'll come back to their example. Here we go. So now we are interested in date time class. Earlier we talked only about the date part, then we talked only about the time part. Now we are talking about date and time both. That means we would like to have a date, like our date class, but in our date class, other than time also, there are a lot of information which is there. Regarding zone is there, with that date time calendar method, it will to store all information. कौन से era में हो आप, unnecessary information at times is stored. So I just want the date and time part, nothing more than that. So I say local date time dot now, consistency in design. Local time dot now, current time. Local date dot now, current date. Likewise, local date time dot now, same thing. It will give you current date and time. So let's jump and see local date and time. So here we go. It has given us local date and time. Let's read this. This is the date part, and T means that's the time part. Here onward, this is the time part. In the date part, this is the date part. And from this, and this is the default format. Don't have to bother, okay, sir, we need always display date in such weird fashion. No, we have date time formatter, not the regular formatter. Date time formatter, which will format this particular date. And then the time part, this is the time part, hour, minute, seconds, and nanosecond. That's okay. Now let's work with this. So I got the date and time. I say date time dot to local date. So from this particular date time, I was interested only in the date part. I'm not interested in the time part. So to local date. So to local date, when I say I got a date object, a local date object, watch it. And inside this object, what do we have? Let's have a look at it. We have year, month, day, nothing more than that. So from local date time object, we can also get local date object by calling method to local date. And from that local date object, I wanted to get the month. So I say date dot month. I get a month class object and I print that particular month, April. I get day of the month. That's integer. That's what we saw last time. So it will give day of the month. That's seventh day. I say date time dot get minute. Date time, date object name. Date time dot get minute. Date time dot get minute. It will tell you how many minutes. It's 58 minutes and so on. Let's go ahead with the next method. Date time dot with day of the month. Now this operation of this object will always return a new object. I said they are immutable. All these objects are immutable. So I'm saying date time dot with day of the month. I'm saying 13 and with year 15. What am I doing? I'm actually using this current date time object. And in this current date time object, what all things we have? We had April 7, here we go, 2024, that's April and 7. Now watch it very carefully. Yeah. Of this, there are 3 parts. Date time, actually there are 7 parts. But let's focus only on the date part of it. Listen to me very carefully. This is a bit confusing. We had 2020 as year, we had 4 as month, and we had 7 as number of days. Now, what am I doing? Inside this date time object, I plan to update the month to 13 with day of the month to 13. Day of the month currently is 7. So I'm going to make it 13. And here I'm going to update to 15. But although I'm saying update, 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 with this changes which have been made to the current date, it will return a new date object. Your original date time object will remain intact. That's the reason it has returned as an updated object is what we have got. So look at this, our current date time object. Look at this, our current date time object. If I look at this current date time object, oh no, we already have printed this and we know what the current date time object value it is. Look at this current date time object that we have. Okay, date time object is inside which we have date is 24 and 7. So from this 24/7, we are going to update day of the month to 13 and year to 15. But keep in mind, although I'm using the word update, this object will not get updated. It may appear as if you're updating, but it will return a new object because these all date time class objects are immutable. So it has given us updated date. Watch it. It was 2020 that has been changed to this. Day was 7 that has changed to 13. And a month we did not update, so it is the same. The time we did not update, that also has remained the same. So you can update any part of the date. That means if you want to change the date, the functions will appear to change the date or time, but it will actually return a new changed object is what they will return. The original object will remain intact. So I'm saying with day of the month and with year, so I can update any component and get a new updated date or time. Likewise, I say update date dot plus 25 days. Alright, today is 7th. I am going to add 25 days and 2 years. So if I want to know, say your dad is working now, he's going to retire after 2 years and 25 days. So you want to know what exactly the date is. Okay. So here we go. And then we print the things. So it says after this date that we had, it was 2015. After 2015, 2 years means 2017 is what we have. And 2 days is what has been updated. So 2 years and 2 date has been updated. And that's how we have got this particular date. All that year and things has been taken into consideration. So it says plus 25 days has been updated. So it was 13. Okay. April 13. Now it has become May 8. Can you check? Understand? So 2 years. So 15 has changed to 17. That's understandable. And plus 25 days. So 13th of April has changed to 8th of May. Exactly 25 days has been added. So that's how this particular class works. So we saw 3 important classes and which are most widely used. One was local date, second was local time, and third is local date time. So 3 classes is what we have seen.